everyone, Crafting Vicky here with you, and you're probably wondering what the heck is going on your desk. Well, I figured I was going to take out all the little paper scraps that I had. I'm pretty proud of myself because I hardly have any, like these are pretty much it with the small scraps. I have a few more in another bin, but the big bin that I used to use for my paper scraps now is housing some bigger textbook pages. So that's very good news. That means I've used up a lot of my stuff, which is amazing, and I'm really happy about it. And now that means I can also make more paper scraps. I do have a lot of cardstock though that's one color and little odds and pieces of that, but other than that I've been using a lot of my scraps, so that's really good news. So what am I doing? Well, I figured I would make some backgrounds for some cards to make this week, and the reason for that is I felt I wanted to do some cards, but I wanted to prep them ahead of time so that it wasn't going to take so long to make. And I'm thinking that this size on top of that would look pretty awesome. So that's my goal. Now you're going to be saying, well, what is that? And so these are game pieces from Monster High, and I've had them in my stash for a long time, and I've got some Batman cards as well. And I thought, you know what, let's cover these up, because sometimes I don't want to have to take the trouble of cutting like pieces of cardstock to size, and it's a lot easier to fit these small pieces on something like that and then use that to make my card. And I thought for the toppers I could use something like this or something like that on top, and then put whatever image on top of that. So that's my goal. So that's why I've got these cards on my desk, and that's the plan for this Monday's video. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna layer stuff up on the cards, and I was thinking of doing some black and white, because I've got a lot of black and white here. So let's cut this into strips, and then we can use it to layer on top of the cards, and then I can cut around the leftover of the card. I'm liking this guillotine a lot so far. It's pretty good. Is this the right size? It's a bit small, but there is black on the outside, so I could use that and leave the black showing. So we'll do that. This is a piece from an envelope, so we're really using everything that we have. And then does this fit? Not quite, but maybe we can layer them in miscellaneous ways, like crisscrossing type of thing. So I hope you're doing well. I'm trying to post more, as you've seen. I'm also trying to post more on the my Facebook page, as well as on Instagram. So if you want to see content, you can follow me on those. And also hoping to increase the number of subscribers on the YouTube channel, but it seems to be doing quite a yo-yo effect. Like it goes up and then it goes back down, and it's all over the place, which is strange. And I've been posting more, so I don't know. I'm thinking that maybe because I'm just not just posting cards, it's not to everybody's liking. If that's the case, well, kind of sad, but it's okay. I'm doing more stuff that is making me happy this year, and you know, finding a balance in different aspects and not doing always the same thing. And last year I didn't post much at all, so this year I'm really trying to do more and hopefully bring more content to you guys, and more art journal with me, and index card making, and tags, and cards, and all kinds of stuff, and sharing with you my passion of fountain ink pens and that sort of thing. Things that I find very interesting and that maybe will make you discover something that you don't use, but that you find interesting. And yeah, sometimes when I'm watching other YouTubers, they bring up stuff that I wouldn't have thought of using ahead, but once I've tried it, I really love it, and it becomes a new thing I can do. Because I don't know about you, but I get tired after a while of doing the same thing all the time, and I just need to make it more fun. Just gonna cut this little piece off because it doesn't really go with what I'm trying to accomplish here. So just gonna do all the black and white, I guess, and then maybe do a few of the blues and maybe some of the reds. The card from Susan inspired me with this process because she was using a bunch of different paper strips. I was like, oh, I haven't done that in a while. So I thought it would be fun to try it out. And I've got a ton of these little paper strips, and so it'd be really fun if I could use a bunch of them. And that's too thick. There's too many. Gonna remove the holes because they're gonna be a pain, I've got a feeling, otherwise. And of course I move my paper, so it's gonna be crooked, that's for sure. I could have done this ahead of time, but just figured I was going to chat with you guys, and I hope that you're crafting along. It's one thing I love to do, is to craft and then put a video in the background and stop and watch certain sections that, or you know, watch at the corner of my eye. So long as I'm not using the guillotine and I don't cut my fingers off. This week I was cutting some vegetables, and oh my god, I got my finger so bad I actually chipped a chunk of it. But just the top layer of the skin, so I was lucky, like it didn't bleed. but there's actually like a, you can feel an indentation in my finger, which is very strange. Okay, so this is just a doodle that I had done, but might as well use it, right? Cut this piece off and cut this off. I can use that and that. Okay, so now it's time to just have fun and layer. So clearly not all of them have black around them. Some do. This one doesn't. It does at the top, but not the rest. And obviously these are blue, so, and they're also kind of Batman. So I don't want to be showing that. I'm gonna have to find a way to hide that portion. I can always use a black Sharpie as well, I guess, if I wanted. Let's just start by covering up this one. I wonder if a regular glue stick would do the job. And of course, I didn't line it up. Okay. Still not fully lined up. Okay, so this is better. And some of it is cardstock, and it's going to be hard to make it stick. Probably better off with my glue gun, my ATG glue gun. I must have some that's the right size. Just perfect. And I don't know which type of stamp I'm going to use and on what I'm going to stamp. Maybe I can stamp on some cardstock that I have. I don't know. Still debating that. So I'm just gonna do that and glue this piece down like so. Okay, and then can just go around and trim the excess. Oops. Should use the bigger scissors, it's gonna go faster. And voila, we've got a background that we can use. I could still use this piece. I'll throw these little pieces away. So we've got a background, and then, like I said, I was thinking of using that on top, or something like that on top, and then maybe layering, like I could layer some red underneath. I don't know. I will see how that goes. Just gonna edge this because there's little white pieces, and it's just gonna unify the whole thing. And this way I can sniff some Sharpie, as Marty says. I got to say, I love the smell of Sharpies. Yep, there's something wrong with me. Okay, so that's the first one. So that's the whole point of making this, is using up the paper scraps that we've got and just having fun. So this we can put like right over there, and this way I can kind of use the smaller pieces. Here we go. And then I can put this like there. Just want to hide the pink. Here we go. And I don't mind that there's different sections showing. Actually, maybe I could use it on the bottom part here, because it's pink and it's a full size. I can use the smaller pieces on this card. Anybody else use their lap as a resting place for your tools as you're working? Or is that just me? Oops. This is kind of relaxing. This is the type of things, if you cut down your papers ahead of time, that you could do while watching TV or something. Use a strip like that here to hide the rest. Oh, this could have been used for the blue as well. Oh well. And just a tiny strip to remove. And this is going to be another background. So I'm anxious to see with once they're finished how they're going to look. Got a feeling it's going to be fun. Hoping anyway, it's going to be fun. Going to be different, and that's my point, to try to do different things. So doesn't have to be always the same, and you're still using your scraps, you're still using recycling like this. So, you know, like you're still going with the rest of what I'm all about, which is trying to use your things, even though I'm in a big shopping spree these days. Oh my god. I feel like haven't shopped for so long that now I'm like, oh, I want all the goodies. I want all the stuff shiny. It's bad. And it's way too easy shopping online. Actually, let's use some of these. So here's the next one. So using the background of the card as well, because why not, right? Let's use everything. And it's already black, so it's perfect thing. I think I'm going to put it that way and then put another stripe going up this way. Whoops. It almost made it to the top. Almost. I guess I could have lifted it up a bit. Oh well. Just gonna go for it and use up as much as possible of this little thing. It was sent to me by Above Parkcraft, and I've been using it forever and a day, and I still have some, so it's a good thing if I can use more of it. Used it in so many different makes. And here we go. Just gonna go and use some of the big strips on these first. And to hide the bottom part. I don't have another big one, do I? Actually, I do. Little pieces are up there instead of being down here. Using a wider one. And I'm really throwing these in the bin, guys. I'm really not keeping them, in case you're wondering. Always get comments about that. And yes, I do keep the tiniest little bits of paper. What can I say? I just love paper so much, and I just hate to waste it. I'm left with pretty much all those the same tiny little ones. Actually, I could use that on this one. It's going to make for an interesting background. Just have to decide what type of stamp to use on the rest of the card. Just going to finish it off with pieces going that way. lot of layering, but at the same time it's pieces of paper that I'm not using otherwise, so might as well use it this way. I could go all the way to the edge. Maybe with a tinier piece. Here we go. And as you can see, it's a lot easier to just layer them on top of this, because I know that it's going to be the right size for the middle portion, and I don't have to cut down other piece of cardstock or whatever. So I'm just thinking that it makes for very fun little background pieces. Okay, so we still have these cards. Got 4 more. And I was thinking of using more like pieces like that. I could use combination. Must be one with more blue in it. So this is just from a map book, an atlas type of book. Depending on the type of stamp, I might do another layer before I put the card. I don't know. We shall see. Still think it makes for a very fun type of background. Could go like this too. Kind of like it. I'm hoping it inspires you and like I said, makes you think of your stuff in a different way than what you would usually use your things. And I get a lot of comments on what do you do with all your cards. Well, I use them in all kinds of different ways. I use them to gesso, and then you saw me do a bunch of different mixed media stuff on them. So I do that. Didn't do it quite close enough. I've done them in painty paper style to use after, like this. So it makes for a fun size card. Same thing, but then you've got a background for a card. Put this too. I don't want to waste too much of it. So I could use it on another card. And do I put that, or do I put like something like that at the top? Or I could use this, because there is a little gap here. So you will have seen a lot of me this week. So here, got 2 left. So we've got this piece here that I already did some work on. So I could put that big piece down. I'm so happy to use up these pieces. You have no idea. It's really awesome. Got 1 left. Let's use up this big piece. I'm not going to put it all the way down because there's a little edge that bothers me, so I can cover that up with another piece. Use that. I didn't go all the way down. Okay, so my pile of scrap has decreased quite a lot. There's still a lot, but it's much lower than it was before. Okay, so then I could use that piece here. And then, what do we have? I have this big square, but it's too big. If I was to put this, it wouldn't be so bad because I would be centering something on top. So even though there's a bit that would be showing, it wouldn't be really that much. At the end of the day, there won't be anything showing once I've glued whatever I'm going to be gluing on top. Okay, so like I said, this is going to go like something like this, so you're not going to be able to see the card underneath. So at the end of the day, it really won't matter. So I've got these pieces of scraps left, still some, but definitely not as many as there used to be. Except for these little pieces that I've multiplied by cutting them down. This being said, it might be easier to use in little ATCs and stuff, so maybe I can sprinkle them throughout the stuff that I make and try to use them up, because I'm really tired of seeing them. So yeah. So this is what we've got, and that's what we're going to be using as the background to my card making this week. So I hope you got inspired, and I'm looking forward to reading your comments and knowing what you think about this, and if this is something that you'd be interested in trying out. I love you guys. Bye. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed already, please do, and leave a comment and a thumbs up if you liked the video, or a thumbs down if you didn't. But that allows YouTube to show my video more, so I really appreciate that. Bye.